Today I want to do something different. I just turned 36 about a month ago, and I wanted to ask myself some real honest and open questions. Not about just where I am, but who I am. This video isn't about having all the answers. It's just about being honest with myself. So if you ever hit that point in life where you just need to pause, check in, and reflect, then this might be for you too. Let's call it a conversation with myself. This is 36.
Who are you today, and how is that different from who you were 10 years ago?
Who I am today, I'm a dad, I'm a family man, and I'm still trying to figure it all out at the same time. Like, I honestly thought when I had my first kid that I'd be more ambitious, more hungry, wanted to grind more and just be more driven. But to be honest, that just ain't been the case. Like, I was motivated and inspired early, but I just found myself sinking into like dad mode and, just trying to do everything that was for my family. But I'm still in the same spot I am today. It's like, did I really even do much? Like, I think I'm a solid dad. I'm a decent husband. And, I always can be better, but I just feel like it still ain't good enough. Or it definitely ain't where I want to be. I can say that much. 10 years ago, what was I? I was 26, and I was just finding out that my wife, well, at the time we wasn't even officially together, but I just found out she was pregnant. I was hyped up, I was excited. I don't know how much I was really ready to be a dad, but I couldn't deny the fact that I was excited to be a dad. But even at that time, it was just like, yo, what am I doing? Like, prior to that, I was chasing a music dream with two of my best friends, and we was making like progress in the city. And I really thought the music thing was gonna be it for me, but I wouldn't say I was just doing stuff, but I was outside a little bit, nothing crazy. But the dream was music. The dream was to be a manager to two dope artists and just going on tour. And this the early stages of the dream too. So we just wanted to get looks and opportunities, but that didn't happen. So now to be 36 and kind of in the position of starting over, it's like, what path did I go down that I won't say was the wrong one, but just why am I not where I thought it would be, especially 10 years ago? Like, if you would have asked me, I would have told you I'd probably be like a music exec or having more artists on my roster 10 years from now. But that's just not even the case, man.
What parts of yourself have you outgrown?
The parts I outgrown, I don't know. Like, I wanted to do everything with my friends. Like, I kind of wanted to see the world with them dudes and just have these memories in the books of like, me and my homies did this, we did that. But at this point, I'm kind of over it. Like, I love them to death. I wish everybody nothing but the best. But I'm just in a different space now, which is where it's like, I've been wanting that for so many years and it just never became a thing. It's just like, all right, I'm cool. Like, I'm done with that part. And there's no knock to them. It's just, it is what it is. And just my mindset, like, I wouldn't say like I had an ignorant mindset back in the day, but it was just like free flowing, going with the wind at times and just winging it. Now I feel like I'm set in my ways, but I'm at a point where I understand not the way I used to think was the right way of thinking. I've grown to view things in a way where it's just like, okay, that was childish. Now it's like, grow up, and I'm ready to grow up. I'm ready to be an adult, even at this stage of life.
What are you most proud of in your life so far?
What I'm most proud of is just being a dad. Like, I know it's cliche, but to grow up without a dad in my life and then to turn around and have two amazing kids that I just think the world of, it's just like, it's nothing better. So it just made me proud to like watch them grow. Makes me proud to give them a life that I didn't have, as far as just being raised in a two-parent household, having two parents that, want to do best by them and give them everything that, I can say we both never really had, but then being grateful for the parent that we did have in our lives. Like, for me, my mom, it was just her, me, and my sister. And she did a hell of a job raising us on her own. And, I think we turned out decent. We some good people. And my wife, she grew up just with, it was just her and her mom. And, to see the things she's been able to accomplish and, the goals she set for herself. And, I think my kids get two different perspectives, in the sense of, you have one parent that graduated college and is moving up in her career. And you got another parent that, works hard and does, like, unfortunately, physical labor jobs, but at the same time, both work together to give them a life that I hope they think is cool. I hope that they think is good. They, for the most part, they never go without. And at the same time, I'm pretty sure they feel love from me and my wife, and more importantly, our family. Like, I know both our moms love their grandkids to death. It's a cool thing because, I've always appreciated and loved my grandparents. So I'm glad they get that same feeling from both of their grandparents, and, it's both our moms. So I think I'm most proud of just my family, just my little family. That's what I pretty much live for at this point.
What habits have made you better?
I think the habit that's made me better is I've never lost my creative thinking. I've never, I might go through like a writer's block, as they would say, but I'm always in a space where I just want to create. The ideas just don't stop. Like, they might take a break, but eventually I'm back in that same mode where I just feel like I gotta create, I gotta make something, or I'm always just thinking of ideas. And, it's something that brings me happiness and joy. Just the fact that, like, yo, what was I thinking when I came up with this? Like, a lot of things I feel like I come up with just be on some dope shit, but it's just something that just brings me excitement.
Which ones have held you back?
But the ones that have held me back is I lack of focus and discipline, to where even though I'm excited about these ideas I come up with, I don't put that step forward to make them come true or make them a thing. I'm constantly coming up with the ideas, but when it's time to create it, either half-stepping, bullshit, and coming up with, I won't even say excuses, but just a lack of drive to even go shoot it or go create it. And, I definitely think that's held me back in so many ways, because I think I'll be further along if I just went for it, if I just did it. There's no telling where I would be, but I just don't do it.
What's something you used to believe about yourself that you no longer do?
I used to believe that I would have more time. And I think when we all younger, we just feel like we're invincible. We got all the time in the world. And as soon as we stop doing whatever we're doing and we just lock in and focus, that we can make anything happen. And I think I'm proof of that's not always the case. I had the dreams, I had the goals, and I even told myself I had the ambition. But look at me now, 10 years later, and I'm not where I want to be. I'm not as successful as I've always thought I would be. And the older I've gotten, and the unfortunate part of getting older is people you love and care about, they pass away. And I'm pretty sure they thought they had more time. And I'm not trying to, get dark or speak death into existence, but you just never know when your day gonna come. And I've always been grateful for each and every day, especially turning 36. I don't know what happened. I think when I was 25, I used to be like, oh damn, I'm about to be 30. Then I turned 30, and I'm like, oh, 30 ain't that bad. It's kind of cool. Like, it's really being in your 20s, but more stable in your 30s, because you either got a job, you understand life, you done got all this life experience under your belt. But then to turn 35 and be like, damn, I'm almost 40. And then you start like, oh shit, I ain't got it all together. Fuck, I'm fucking up. But then I turned 36 and I really was like, you know what? I ain't even tripping. Life ain't that bad. I got my wife, I got my kids, I got my family. I'm making a little money, but I get to see another day. And I've just been so grateful for that part. Every day I'm just thankful for, like, literally just to wake up another day, have breath in my lungs. Like I said, it's all cliche, but it's coming from an honest place. Like, life is short, but if you can make not even the most of it, but if you can just make it, it's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? It's art. But yeah, I used to think I had all the time in the world. Now I just got to get better with my time.
What have you forgiven yourself for?
I've forgiven myself for not putting me first. I'm not a selfish person. I want to do things for others and other people. And looking back at it, if I would have just invested in myself, I just think things would be different. And I think I have a hard time of accepting what selfish is, because it sounds like such a harsh word. But sometimes you do need to be selfish with you. Sometimes you do just need to focus on you, do what's best for you, and just do for you. And I've never done that. And I'm at a point in life where I want to be selfish. I want to be selfish with Dev, for Dev. And I just think I'd be further along if I did that. And that's still hard because now I got people that depend on me. When I was younger, it was me and the homies, and we chasing the dream. And I always felt like I had to worry about everybody else but myself. And I get back to me later. That was my thing. I tell you, hey, don't worry about it. I got you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get back to me. Like, I've never gotten back to me. Everybody else done got my blood, sweat, and tears. Now I got nothing to show for it. But some memories, which ain't always a bad thing, but it definitely ain't. It ain't it. So I've forgiven myself for that, and I plan on being selfish for myself.
What part of yourself still needs healing?
The parts of me that still need healing is this little boy who wanted love and affection and just ain't know how to say it. I think we've gotten to a better space, but it's still hard. I'm in a very affectionate household to where my wife loves me, my kids love me, but especially my daughter. She just so affectionate in the sense of she's a daddy's girl, and it's always she wants a hug, she wants to be picked up, give me a kiss on the cheek, and it's just like, man, to grow up in a non-affectionate household, I see the difference of what that can do for a child. And as much as I don't knock my mom for the way she raised me, how even raised me and my sister. You know, she did what she had to do because she was doing it all on her own. But now for my kids, it's like I never thought of the way it would impact me until now. You know, I'm older and I'm looking back and it's like, damn, you know, that would have been cool to hear "I love you" from time to time, or maybe, you know, get a hug every now and then. But I've always had the mindset of, well, I know my mom loved me, or I know you love me. But being older and even being in a relationship, it's like I'm not telling people I love them every day or every 5 seconds. But my mentality is, you know I love you. So why I gotta say it? When sometimes people just want to hear it. And I can't do that to my kids because, you know, I feel like it's impactful if you tell your kids you love them. You know, and I went a long period of time not telling my son I loved him. And I never thought about how that would impact him. You know, but I tell my daughter I love her all the time. So I've definitely gotten better at telling both of them I love them. I do still feel like, if I'm being honest, I need to do a better job as far as my son and telling him I love him more, because I love him to death. Like, that's my first child. He set the bar. He is the bar as far as expectation and how I want my kids to carry themselves when they're not around us. And I've never heard anything bad about the type of kid my son is. It's always been just, he's a great person. He's a great kid. And I'm always proud of him. But I know what it's like not to hear, like, I love you. So I'm gonna do a better job at that, telling him I love him as well. But my daughter, I love her so much. That's like that's really my little broke best friend. So yeah, but I'm healing. You know, I'm healing from that part. Like, I'm loved. I know I'm loved. I know my mom loves me. And even she doing like a better job. Like, when I go see her or visit her just to check up on her, you know, we in a better space of, you know, giving each other hugs and, you know, telling each other we love each other once we leave and stuff. So that's cool. Like, I think if you can look back and be like, damn, if I could have did that part different, I would. And I think my mom in the space of doing that as well as I am. And that's been a great part of the healing journey. Yeah.
How has your definition of love changed?
Man, my definition of love has changed in just so many ways, man. I'm a hopeless romantic at heart, and people wouldn't know it because I do not show that side of myself at all, especially in relationships. You know, I done been in love, I done had my heart broke so many times. It is what it is. The game is the game. But I used to be a player too when I was younger. So I'm not gonna act like I was innocent. I was a bad guy. You know, I wasn't the greatest boyfriend at the time. But being married has really made me reflect on a lot of things and how I view love and how I go about it. And honestly, have I been doing it the right way? And you know, if I'm honest, I don't think I have. There's still areas I lack in, and you know, that's why I feel like my marriage has been like somewhat of a roller coaster ride. And you know, I'm grateful my wife's still on this roller coaster with me. But you know, when I think of what love is, I know it can be a great thing if you do it right. And I haven't done it right in my marriage, but now I want to be better at it. And it's work. And have I been doing the best job? I don't know, but I know it's something I do want to get better at. So yeah, because love back in the day, I just thought it was, you know, you tell each other you love somebody in the first 3 months. You know, I had a bunch of girls telling me they loved me back in the day, so I used to feed off of that. But a lot of that shit wasn't love. That was probably just lust, or we've been together for so long that I love you. But nah, shit different.
Who are the people you can count on no matter what?
So the people I can count on no matter what, probably just my mom and my wife and my sister. Them like my three go-tos. My friends are great people, but they living life. We all grown now. We can't just stop doing what we're doing because we got responsibility to others and just our lifestyle in general and the people around us. But for me, those are the three I know got me. Especially my mom, and I'm grateful for that. Do I wish it was more people? Of course. But it's those three for a fact that I know that got me.
Have you been a good friend?
Have I been a good friend? I like to think I have, but I don't think I have. Because either I've been hurt and I never communicated to those people. And as a man, especially as a young man, your pride and your ego is everything. So you never want to show weakness, even if it's to your friends, even if it's to the people you call your brothers. The moment you show a side of weakness, you don't want them thinking you a bitch. You know what I mean? So am I proud of that? No. Do I agree with that? Hell no. Like, if you my brother, I should be able to tell you, yo, bro, this bothering me, or whatever just happened. I don't agree with it. I don't fuck with it. Yo, we need to have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? But especially being in my 20s, it was no way I was going out like that. Like, I'm the first one to tell a nigga, hey, get off that weak shit. Stop being a little bitch, like you being soft. Now, it's just like, shit, hey, bro, I really don't rock with that, So to say, have I been a good friend? I like to think so because of the qualities I give as a friend, loyalty and, always gonna be there for you type shit. But now that I'm older, I rarely even talk to my friends like I used to. I barely hang out with anybody, even though I want to a lot more. It just don't happen a lot. And I try to do check-ins, but I don't do them enough. And I've convinced myself that just because somebody either tweeted or left a post on Facebook that they doing all right, they cool, they good, but maybe they just ain't got nobody to talk to, so they talking to the internet. When really, just hit my line, bro. I ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to hear from people, but I need to do a better job of hitting them up as well. And I don't, so.
What have you learned from heartbreak, romantic or otherwise?
What I've learned from heartbreak is the shit sucks, but it's a part of life. Once you get your heart broken, eventually you have to build yourself back up. To keep chasing an individual that may have broken your heart, it's probably the dumbest thing you can do. And it sucks. But it's necessary, man. It's a part of growth. It's a part of building character. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Like, a lot of us are broken anyway. So you got broken people trying to find love to be healed and all this extra stuff, when I think if you want something serious, work on yourself first. Go to therapy. Therapy ain't bad. Go to therapy, fix yourself, work on yourself, and then, really invest that time and energy to somebody else that you can really be loved and love them the way that y'all both deserve. But yeah, man, heartbreak sucks, but it's a part of life. Just don't let it push you overboard and have you doing stupid stuff. That's when it's like, yo, what the fuck? I really did this because of that person. That was stupid. And a lot of people make stupid decisions from getting their heart broke and end up paying for it in the long term. So,
Do you love yourself enough? And what does that look like in action?
do I love myself enough? I don't know. I need to do a better job of loving myself. I can say that much, but I used to be, I won't say too in love with myself, or I used to be, I wouldn't say conceited, kind of conceited, a little conceited. Especially when I was a teenager. But I'm not that same person anymore. But I do need to love myself better. I definitely don't feel like I do. I need to take care of myself and invest in myself way better than what I'm doing now. I do need to take that teenage mindset of the way I thought of myself and bring it into my adult life. I can say that much, but I'm getting back to loving myself. I'm getting back to doing things that make me happy. And I'm still trying to figure that out as well. So, yeah. It's really that thing of like, I know I love me. I know I love myself, but I probably need to tell myself, hey man, I love you. Love you, bruh. You're all right. You're not that bad. So I need to do a better job at loving myself.
How do you show love to others?
The way I show love to others is, I think just giving them my time. You know, time is something that you can't get back. It's so valuable, but we don't value it the way we need to. And you know, with me giving my time and energy to a person, I just feel like that's something that comes from a place of love that's just so, I don't know, it's honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me to show up, for me to go wherever I'm at, stop what I'm doing and being there for you, just to be with you maybe for like an hour, even 2 hours. You know, I think I show my love through my time that I give to a person. And I think I done showed too much love, motherfuckers, you know, if you ask me. But
Have you set healthy boundaries with people who drain you?
I don't think I've set healthy boundaries, but my boundaries have been set up. You know, it's definitely like a gate has been built. You know, going back to the whole showing love through the time I give to people, time and energy I give to people. I've drained myself for too many years. And like I said, I ain't got nothing to show for it. And I'll be tired. I'll be literally tired. So the boundaries I've created now is I put up distance. And that part of it feels unfortunate. It's like certain words just sound harsh. Distant, selfish. Like those words just sound harsh, but it's a protection, you know, it's to protect yourself. And I've gotten, I won't say better, but I've gotten more aggressive at setting those boundaries just to protect me.
Are you doing what you truly want to be doing?
Hell nah. Hell nah. That's why I'm beating myself up every day, because I know this ain't where I'm supposed to be. I know this ain't how I'm supposed to be living. My life's supposed to be great. My life is supposed to feel like a holiday every day. And that's just not the case. Like, I won't say my life sucks, but it's not what I thought it would be.
What's something you dream of doing but haven't started yet?
I've dreamt of being an artist manager, a CEO of a record label. I've dreamt of writing movie scripts, TV scripts, having a production company, entertainment company, YouTube channels, family channels. Like, I done thought of it all. You know, I'm like everybody else, but I just don't do it. I half-ass, I pussyfoot. And that's where I'm at today, because of me. And, you know, I'm standing in my own way and not going for it. And I don't know why. I don't have any excuses. I really don't. I'm my biggest roadblock.
What does success mean to you now?
Success to me means freedom. not feeling like you tied down, just doing something you don't want to do. You know, doing something that you love is something I can only imagine, something I strive for so much. I've been working since I was 17 as far as like a job, a 9 to 5 type of job. I used to think of the idea of, oh, if I work for this company for X amount of years, I'm gonna be valued and I'm gonna make so much money, when time after time I've just been shown that's not the case. But for me, if I can create this freedom or this idea of freedom I have, then that's when I feel like I've reached success. And that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm going for it, man. Like, my 30s was cool, but my 40s, that's gonna be something special. That's when I'm gonna have that real freedom. I gotta put in the work, man. You know, I gotta do the work so I can enjoy and relax in my 40s. Now that's when my freedom will kick in.
What has been your biggest career wins?
My biggest career wins would probably be when I was chasing a music dream with me and my homies, and we got our albums printed up, and to get stopped by people telling me they listened to the project and how much they liked it and fucked with it, and I don't know, that was probably like my biggest moment of success. Like, we was really putting in work, we was grinding. You know, that was probably like some of the best times of my life. Just chasing the music dream with the bros, man. It was fun, but it was just a lot on my plate at that time too, which caused me a lot of stress. And that's the only part that really sucked about it. But man, just having that physical copy in hand used to be something special to me. Because we was different from everybody else. Like, the way we printed our stuff up, you had to take us serious. That was like having a golden ticket. You couldn't just look at us like we was some regular rap dudes. Nah, we was really separating ourselves early.
When was the last time you felt fully alive in your work or passion?
The last time I probably felt like alive is I'm outside just taking pictures. Like, photography is one of my favorite hobbies that I've gotten into over the years, and just feel like I had this eye of seeing things. Just brings me so much joy. I really do like taking pictures. It can be like random stuff too, but just in that moment, I just know what that meant for me, and just be able to capture the shot, the angles, and just having things lined up in a sense of perfection in my eyes, and then sit back, edit the picture, finally feel like I found the right balance of like tone, and I don't know, like, it's a lot that come with editing, but just going from a picture that was in a raw format to finally creating the final visual that I'm like satisfied with is the best part, and then just posting it and walking away and trying to do it all over again with the next shot. So it's like a great feeling that just makes me genuinely happy.
If you could start over in one area, what would it be?
Man, if I could start over, it'd be in school. It'd be in high school. I would taken myself more serious, would have applied myself as far as just doing the work. Like, I've never been dumb. I just didn't feel like working. I just didn't feel like doing homework, or I didn't care for schoolwork. I would start over in that area. You know, if I would have got the grades necessary, would have went to college, finished college, there's no telling where I would be at today. Not saying college was the answer, but I was too much of a C&D student when I had so much potential to be more. I just never applied myself, and I'm paying for it today.
What's one thing you wish you had done sooner?
I wish I would have invested in myself early. I wish I would have came up with a dream strictly for myself, and I wish I would have chased it. I really didn't have a dream. I always wanted to do stuff, but it was real. My mindset was like, it just ain't possible. You know, if I'm not, I don't want to say playing sports or selling drugs, like getting just a different type of money, it was just like, I'ma kind of just be stuck. And I was too busy chasing girls, going to the club. But yeah, I wish I would have came up with a dream of like, damn, that's what I want to do with the rest of my life. I would have just went for it.
Have you made peace with the things you can't change?
I think when I turned 28, I made peace with a lot of things. Too many slaps in the face, punches in the mouth, that just made me come into a space of acceptance. You know, and I had to learn the hard way from having my heart broken at an early age of acceptance. You know, once I accepted things for what they were, I was able to move on so quick, so fast. Like, it's a dangerous space to be in once you accept things for what they are. Because it's like, all right, bet, I can't change it. Ain't nothing gonna change. Like, it is what it is. All right, bet, we gonna keep it moving. We just gonna move forward. And I'm able to do that now. And the fact that I'm able to do it, I get scared because when I'm down, I be down. But I know I'm gonna get back up. And once I do, it's like a big fuck you to whoever knocked me down at that moment. Because I came to the point where like, damn, I can't change this. Oh, no, don't. All right, bet. And once I get there, I've accepted it for what it is. I really don't want you a part of shit I got going on from that point on. So,
do you spend your time in ways that reflect your values?
Kinda. Like, my time is really to my family. So that's what holds the most value to me in life. Like, I really don't. Like, if I could give me $10 million, I invest it in so many areas that the money just keeps generating itself, that I just want to have the time and freedom just to be with my family all day. You know what I'm saying? Be able to pick my kids up from school, kick it with my wife, and just do family shit all year round long. As long as the money coming. Bills paid, we living comfortable, I'd be cool. You know, that's all I really want. But trying to get there. So,
what's one mistake you wouldn't take back because it shaped you?
I don't know. I look at all my mistakes as like learning lessons. Like, I had to go through it. Even the ones that like broke me the most at that point in time, it's like I needed that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even like I got my heart broke. But I don't even want to speak on that for real. But I needed a taste of my own medicine. Like, I used to be a liar. I used to be a cheater. I used to be really out here. And then I finally got, like, I'm a big believer in karma. I really am. So I finally got a taste of my own medicine. I'm like, oh, I don't like that. But I needed it though. But even my other mistakes, it's just a part of the course, man. You know, I can look back at certain things and be like, damn, that happened for this reason. But that's where I'm at now. But I needed that moment to happen. Because if it didn't, I don't know the type of person I'd be. So like, I don't trip off all my mistakes. Like, none of them really damaged me to the point where I couldn't recover from it. None of them put me in a position or put me in a hole that I couldn't get out of. So I'm cool with all my mistakes in life, man. They ain't been too bad.
Are you more afraid of failure or of not trying?
I can live with failure. But not trying is what has held me back the most in life. I do so much procrastinating, so much bullshitting, and I just never try. So I'm cool with failing. You know, like I said, I got C's and D's. Getting no C's and D's, man, I got a bunch of F's. So I'm cool with failure. I'm familiar with that motherfucker, but me not trying, that's been the worst thing in my life so far that I'm paying for every day, not trying. So yeah, not trying is my answer.
How do you want to spend the next 10 years of your life?
The next 10 years of my life, I want them to be so smooth. I want it to be I want it to be like a damn near vacation. You know, I want to do a little work here and there for a few hours. That work is so productive in a way that I'm just benefiting from it so much that it's like, I can't believe it's my life. I get paid to do this. I love doing what I'm doing. But the next 10, me to 46, I want to live like, I don't need a mansion, but I want my shit like a beach house type vibe, or like a little sanctuary where it's just like on some peaceful Zen type shit, where I just go on a deck or on my patio, and I don't like to admit it, but like it's so peaceful and relaxed when I just go outside and look at and become one with nature. You know what I mean? And even doing so, I'm drinking green tea, peppermint tea, sparking up one. You know what I mean? Like that's how I want life to be. Just so chill and relaxing that I walk around damn near in a white robe every day and it never get dirty, and some comfortable slippers. That's how I want my next 10 years to be, man. That's my goal, making that part happen.
How do you want to make people feel?
The way I want people to feel about me is what I've always inspired for. Just Dev cool as fuck. Dev is a good guy, and that nigga cool as fuck. Like, we love Dev. Like, I don't feel like that anymore. I used to walk around like everybody loved Dev. I really felt that way. I really believed that, and I used to receive that as well. Like, my neighbors used to love me. People who would just randomly meet me. Like, once I can get into a comfortable space and open up, I'm a lovable guy. You know, I'm a great guy. And I want to get back to that. I want to get back to that feeling of everybody loved Dev. And it's been so long since I felt that way or received that type of energy that I'm kind of craving that low key. Like, I want to get back there.
What kind of legacy do you want to leave, even in small ways?
The legacy I want to leave behind is one that impacted others so that they can either be in a better space or do better for themselves. I just want to create things that creates a safe space for people to feel like I can go chase my dream, or there's a place I can go to where I can be myself. You know, I want to create rec centers and parks, and I want to create internships. My biggest dream is to create a production company. So with that being said, I want students to be able to come see a film being made, a TV show being made, or whatever the case may be. I want people to feel like they can dream big, and I can help them get to where they want to be. And it's a team around me that builds and creates either my idea, their ideas, or our ideas that we've collaborated on that now we get to present to the world. That's really the legacy I want left behind. You know, that I can look back, or I can have passed away, but the dream is still going.
What role does gratitude play in your life?
The role that gratitude plays in my life is I'm just grateful and thankful for life. You know, see another day, having another 24 to figure it all out or try again, or be around people that care about me and love me. You know, being grateful for my wife and kids, my family, and life is short. Like I said all this earlier, but I'm really in a space of where I'm very grateful, and I show my gratitude for that in the sense of I don't take nothing for granted anymore. Nothing at all.
What's something you learned the hard way?
Some shit you just can't change.
How do you handle change? And has that improved with age?
I just accept change, and I don't try to fight it if it's not in a positive way. You know, if that change is going to lead to something good, cool, I'm all for it. If it's going to lead to something bad, I'm walking away from it. And if it's just like a blah thing, I just leave it at blah. You know, I'm not putting energy into nothing that's not worth it. You know, and that's definitely improved with age because, like I say, when I was younger, I would fight for shit that just wasn't worth fighting for. I would want things that just wasn't worth wanting. It's just like, bruh, how many times you gonna do this to yourself? Like, I feel like I'm a big believer in God. So I feel like God puts us in certain situations that he either wants us to learn from or he wants us to grow from. But a lot of those times we just stay in those same predicaments where God either gets tired of us, like, bro, this was just supposed to be a learning thing. Now you're supposed to move on, but you still there. I'm done. That's on you until you figure it out. And a lot of those things that I went through, I would not walk away from, and I would just stay there. And it's just like, all right, how long you gonna keep doing this? Because I got something better for you, waiting for you over here, but you still want to stay here. Like, come on, bro, learn from this lesson already, and not just would not. It's like playing a video game. You get like you say you need 5 stars and you can move on. I will get the 5 stars and repeat that same level again and again. This is like, bro, what else you trying to get? Ain't nothing left. Ain't nothing else here. Come on to this next stage and let's go.
What brings you joy that costs nothing?
Now that's easy. That's my kids. I used to chase happiness. I wanted to be happy for so long, and I wanted my happiness to come from other people, where relying on them to make me happy was the dumbest thing. But my kids, that brings me so much joy and happiness, something I look forward to every day. I can't imagine life without those two. That's the best part of my life is my kids, you know. My son is so dope because just to see him grow up, it's like, I want to, like, I don't know if I told him this, but I want to be like him. I wish I was him when I was a kid. He got the personality I wish I had, a hell of an athlete, smart as hell, and I wish I was him if I could be a kid. And when it comes to my daughter, that's just like my best friend. I love that little girl so much. She told me to call. If she told me to call off of work tonight, I'll call off just to hang out with her. That little girl has so much personality. I always thought I wanted like a girly girl. Nah, I just need Ava. That little girl is a princess and I don't know, she's not a tomboy, but she's like one of the guys. You know, that's what make her cool. You know, she can be a princess and then she can be a bro. And it's just like, it's a perfect balance. And then she just gonna be herself too. So those two are my joy.
When was the last time you felt truly at peace?
I love being outside at night, looking up to the stars, and like with the moon just reflecting. Like, I know this sounds crazy. It don't sound crazy, but it just sounds like, oh, Devin, you are a weirdo, which I'm cool with. But I love being outside at night in that type of setting with nature. That's when I feel like at the most peace. It's just quiet. It's just real quiet. And I haven't done that in a long time.
What does enough look like for you?
Enough for me looks like, fuck it. That's enough. I'm just like, fuck it. Like, I'm just, fuck it, bro. Like, I just don't care. I give up. Fuck it. I'm walking away from this. That's enough for me.
Have you learned to enjoy your own company?
No, I haven't. I do not like this version of myself. I don't like this guy at all. When I look in the mirror, I say, who the fuck is this? Because this is not Dev. So I do not like my own company. I do not like this version of myself. And I do not like hanging with this guy because he's a fucking downer, bro. Like, he ain't a loser, but he's a downer. Like, god damn, shit. You can't never be happy, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? Well, I don't like hanging with this person at all.
What would your younger self be proud of or surprised by today?
A young Dev, man, that dude would probably be like, bro, you a dad? What the fuck? Not really. Like, I always wanted to be a dad, but I don't know. What would a younger version of myself be like? I think he'd be cool, he'd be happy, but he'd be like disappointed that we ain't, like I said, like I've been saying this whole conversation, we ain't where we want to be, but we ain't like down bad. Like, I ain't on drugs and I ain't an alcoholic. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have a bunch of kids out here. I could have had a bunch of baby mamas. The younger me wanted 2 baby mamas and a wife, so that guy was special. But I think he'd be disappointed that we aren't where we thought we would be, but he would be happy that life ain't been that bad. So that's where I'm at right now, 36 years in. Still learning, still growing, still trying to figure things out. And, that's okay. That is okay. So as always, I appreciate y'all for watching. Do me a huge favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.